What's up YouTube? We got an amazing update on the Neuralink which was done a couple of days back, and those updates are near to the human testing and gives a lot of thought-provoking applications. Let's see what they have improved over the year. Let me give a recap of what the Neuralink is and what they intend to solve. So Neuralink is a company founded by Elon Musk. They are developing a brain-machine interface which they shortly called as a BMI. So what they're trying to do by making interface with the brain is to solve the most important brain and spine problems. And those problems are likely to be memory loss, hearing loss, blindness, seizures, depression, addiction, anxiety, and a lot. And it doesn't limit the applications of it. And for more information on what was the previous architecture and their first prototype of the BMI, see my previous video which is linked down in the description. So what's the progress? They actually minimize the parts and reduce the complexity of the new architecture and is really the size of a coin.
This is our little device. It does that thing at the bottom is just to hold the threads in place because they're just like little fine wires.
Very interesting, right? And this is what Elon simplifies it for a layman.
What we're, I mean, it's more complicated than this, but it's in a lot of ways it's kind of like a Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
So over the year, they developed this prototype named Link version 0.9, and this has more channels than the previous one, which brings more data from the brain. Like I said in the previous video, more channels means more information you gain from the brain. And interestingly, this prototype levels out on the skull and you don't have to carry any extra pod behind your ear for communication, and no one knows if you are equipped with one. My most favorite part of this prototype is the battery that they have equipped, which is very small and lasts over a day and can be charged wirelessly, which for me is wow. The installation procedure of BMI is as very simple as having a LASIK surgery, which is done under an hour, and the interesting fact is that you don't need any general anesthesia. Like, it's the drug which makes you unconscious for surgery to make you feel painless. Here's what Elon explains about the version 0.9 prototype.
So in terms of getting a link, like I said, it's essentially you open a piece of skull, you remove about a coin-sized piece of skull, and then the robot inserts the electrodes. We'll talk more about that later. Then the device replaces the portion of skull that was removed, and we basically close that up with actually super glue, which is how a lot of wounds are closed, and then you can just walk around right afterwards. It's pretty cool. So this is our surgical robot. And we actually ultimately want this robot to do essentially the entire surgery. So in everything from incision, removing the skull, inserting the electrodes, placing the device, and then closing things up and having you ready to leave. So we want to have a fully automated system.
Looks like the robot has got some covers over it from the previous demonstration, and it's nice to see that getting a link has got easy and simple over time. And this brings me a big question, that does this thing actually works? And the answer is yes, but not yet on the human. Here's what Elon demonstrated about the working.
The Three Little Pigs demo, and if our animal handlers, we're bringing out the pigs, and what we're going to show you. So what we have in pen number 1 is Joyce, and she does not have an implant. Obviously healthy and happy. We're trying to get Gertrude out, and this is how you know it's a live demo. She's like trying to eat something in the corner of her pen. Come on, Gertrude, let's go. Snacks are this way. Oh man. All right, we'll wait. We'll give Gertrude a second, and we'll move on to Dorothy. Sometimes the pigs are a little shy. So here's Dorothy, and in the case of Dorothy, Dorothy used to have an implant, and then we removed the implant. So this is a very important thing to demonstrate is reversibility. So if you have a Neuralink and then you decide you don't want it, or you want to get an upgrade, and the neural link is removed, is it removed in such a way that you are still healthy and happy afterwards? And what Dorothy illustrates is that you can put in the neural link, remove it, and be healthy, happy, and indistinguishable from a normal pig. Oh, thanks, Dorothy. Man, Gertrude, are you serious? Okay. Well, should we bring them all out or something? Would that be better? How about everyone just comes into this pen? We'll have a few, it'll be a little crowded, but whatever. Okay. All right. Well, is Gertrude still back in the thing? Yeah. Okay, we need to bring Gertrude out. Yeah. Oh, the beauty of live demos. This is real live demo. All right. Maybe we can zoom in to do Gertrude or something. She's clearly very interested in something at the back of a pen. All right. Here we go. Great. Okay. Great. Okay. This is a high energy pig. All right. Gertrude, thanks for coming out. So what the beeps you're hearing are real-time signals from the neural link in Gertrude's head. So this neural link connects to neurons that are in her snout. So whenever she snuffles around and touches something with her snout, that sends out neural spikes, which are detected here. And so on the screen, you can see each of the spikes from the 1,024 electrodes. And then if she snuffles around, touches her snout in the ground, or you kind of feed her some food, pigs love food, then you can see the neurons will fire much more than when you're not touching the snout. And that's what's making the beeping sound. All right, cool. So as you can see, we have a healthy and happy pig, initially shy, but obviously high energy and kind of loving life. And she's had the implant for 2 months. So this is a healthy and happy pig with an implant that is 2 months old and working well. Yeah. All right, cool. And then we actually have, I hope this works, so we said, well, what if we do 2 Neuralink implants? And we've been able to do dual Neuralink implants in, actually, I think 3 pigs at this point, and we have a couple of them here. And we've been able to show that you can actually have multiple Neuralinks implanted, and again, healthy and happy and indistinguishable from a normal pig. So it's possible to have multiple links in your head and have them all be sending out signals and be working well.
That was so cool, guys, and really they are making the move.
All right.
And it doesn't stop there. The BMI is able to predict what the pig is going to do next, and this is what it is. The dark line represents the actual movement of the pig, and the lighter line represents the Neuralink predicted movement, which, as you see, guys, it's pretty much accurate. And isn't this cool that some chip on your brain predicts your next movement? Just comment down below what you guys think on this. Like, I believe it's pretty much far beyond what we imagined. And if you guys notice, the BMI is reading only the signal from the brain of the pig and not writing the signals back to the brain, which I was expecting much. Let's see what Elon says about it.
Now, in terms of writing to the brain or stimulating neurons, we obviously need precise control of the electric field in space and time. We need a wide range of current for different brain regions. Some regions require delicate stimulation, some require a lot of current, and you want obviously no harm to the brain over time. And the way part of the way we analyze the stimulating neurons is with a 2-photon microscopy. I always have trouble pronouncing that, microscopy. It's very impressive technology. You can actually literally see in real time how the neurons are firing. So the red sort of things are the neurons. Red sort of flashing things are the neurons firing. Or I should say the the electrodes firing. So the red things are electrodes firing, and then the green are the neuron bodies responding to the current from the electrode. So you can see them lighting up different brain regions. And then by carefully controlling the electric field, you can actually have one electrode influence possibly 1,000 or 10,000 neurons. So although you might only have 1,000 electrodes implanted, you could be influencing millions of neurons.
So let me explain it in simple. Our brain emits some sort of current through a chemical reaction to pass information from one neuron to the other. Here they insert electrodes like threads from the BMI, which we also know it reads the minute current from the brain, and this also used to emit current into the brain and eventually making that part of the brain to fire up and work to do something which is quietly equal to stimulate the brain. So this part, which I believe they are still working on it, and soon sometime they will achieve it. So coming back to the version 0.9 prototype, this will also emit data from the BMI to your smartphone via Bluetooth. As Elon said before,
A Fitbit in your skull with tiny wires.
and they're gonna start the human trials, which I'm very excited to see in the future. And that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoy watching it. Thank you for watching. Do leave a like, comment, and I'll try to answer as much as possible. And subscribe to have more videos like this.